Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. Now today we're going to be talking about the Brazilian Grand Prix for F1 only. But before we get into that, we have to talk about next week's race, which is in Qatar. For the first time ever, F1 will be going to Qatar for an F1 race, and it will be um, at the Losail International Circuit. So the same circuit that MotoGP races on. So FP1 and FP2 will be on November 19th at 1:30 to 2:30, and then oh crap, 7:30. Sorry, 7th, 7th. Oh no, never mind. 7 o'clock to 8 o'clock, I think. No way, I may be wrong. Wait, is it? No, I'm right. And then at November 20th will be FP3 in qualifying. So first will be 4 o'clock to 5 o'clock, and then it'll be 7 o'clock to 8 o'clock. And then for the race, it will be November 21st from 7 o'clock to 9 o'clock. So that is that'll be the weekend schedule for Qatar. Now for the Brazilian Grand Prix, let's talk about the starting grid. So sprint qualifying happened. Many basically this race was just penalties a lot, mainly between Hamilton and Verstappen. So obviously I'll talk about the penalties soon. But Valtteri Bottas won the sprint qualifying, which means I think he got 3 points. Then Max Verstappen got 2, and then Carlos Sainz got 1. Then Sergio Perez, Lando Norris, Charles Leclerc, Pierre Gasly, Esteban Ocon, Sebastian Vettel, and Lewis Hamilton round out the top 10. He actually started from last place because he got a penalty for, I think, a rear wing adjustment or infringement. It was definitely infringement. So that caused Hamilton to start from the back of the grid for sprint qualifying. And then Daniel Ricciardo, Fernando Alonso, Antonio Giovinazzi, Lance Stroll, Yuki Tsunoda, Nicholas Latifi, George Russell, Mick Schumacher, Nikita Mazepin, and Kimi Raikkonen round out the top 20. So Hamilton will begin got a five grade place penalty for additional power unit elements, and Raikkonen is required to start from the pit lane as car modified whilst under parc fermé conditions. So that is for the race, if I remember correctly. So and along with Hamilton getting that penalty to start on the back of the grid of sprint qualifying, Verstappen got a 25k pounds, I think it's 25,000 pounds fine for touching Lewis Hamilton's car. I think at the end of qualifying, I think Verstappen touched Hamilton's car by just looking at the rear wing, and that might have caused Hamilton to start on the back of the grid. But Verstappen did touch his rear wing, so yeah, not really a good idea for him. So he got a fine, while Hamilton got a penalty because of it. Let's now have a look at the race results, and Lewis Hamilton gets his, I think it's 101st career win in F1. Then it's Verstappen, Bottas, Hamver of the podium as always. There's Sergio Perez, Charles Leclerc, Carlos Sainz, Pierre Gasly, Esteban Ocon, Fernando Alonso, and Lando Norris round out the top 10. Then Sebastian Vettel, Kimi Raikkonen, George Russell, Antonio Giovinazzi, Yuki Tsunoda, Nicholas Latifi, Nikita Mazepin, Mick Schumacher, Daniel Ricciardo, and Lance Stroll round out the drivers. Ricciardo and Stroll both retired, I think probably for engine issues. Perez did score additional points for staying fast up of the race. I just want to say this as well. Great little battle between Hamilton and Verstappen, especially I can't remember what lap he passed Verstappen, but I think like in turn 3 they were just off the track. they were battling that hard that both of them went off the track, and somehow none of them collided. So it was a great little scuff battle between the two championship contenders. And the championship is still obviously alive, so obviously that everyone's going to be looking at those two, Hamilton and Verstappen, for the next 3 races until Abu Dhabi. And more news as well. I think Hamilton got I think it was a £25,000 or a £20,000 fine for loosening up for loosening his seatbelts. So he gets to keep the win, but his pockets are a bit shallow now than previously, as he actually had to pay the fine and everything. So, bit of a hectic weekend, especially for the two championship contenders. Um, Obviously, everyone was talking about Verstappen, Hamilton, and everything, but no one was actually saying happy birthday to Lando Norris, which was kind of funny. But yeah, so it was a good job by Hamilton to come from last to 10th. Even he was surprised about it, and that's really saying something. And he obviously got the win from starting in 10th. Actually, no, he started from 15th place actually because obviously he got that penalty. So good job on so good job on for Hamilton for making up 15 positions. Um, 15 positions to obviously win the race. So Hamilton did a fantastic job, and obviously it was at Brazil, so well, I think one of his favorite tracks as well. Let's now have a look at the driver standings. Verstappen and Hamilton. Still, once again, the championship leaders. Verstappen still in the lead with 332.5 points compared to Hamilton's 318 points, which is basically a 14 points difference. So it's still very, very close. Verstappen could still win the championship. Hamilton could win his eighth. And then behind them, Valtteri Bottas in third place, and Sergio Perez, Lando Norris, Charles Leclerc, Carlos Sainz, Daniel Ricciardo, Pierre Gasly, Fernando Alonso ran out the top 10. Then Esteban Ocon, Sebastian Vettel, Lance Stroll, Yuki Tsunoda, George Russell, Kimi Räikkönen, Nicholas Latifi, and Antonio Giovinazzi, Mick Schumacher, Robert Kubica, and Nikita Mazepin ran out of the drivers who have competed in F1 currently this year. So just a reminder as well that Qatar will be the next race of the F1 schedule. The next after that will be Saudi Arabia. So Saudi Arabia and F2 will be back on. So there's been obviously news about F2, mainly of Clement Novalak. I think I think it is. It's Clement Novalak. Yeah. So Clement Novalak, he will be now I think replacing Liam Zendelli for the next 2 rounds, if I remember correctly. So so he'll be competing in the final 2 rounds at Jeddah, Jeddah, and Abu Dhabi. So Zendelli will be out, but and Novalak will be in, and will be also going full time in the 2022 season for MP Motorsports. So that's just a little silly news there. There's also one silly news as well for F3, and that is I need to try and find him. It is this guy. It is I'm so sorry if I pronounce this one. Grigory Sassi. He has joined the ART Grand Prix team after a preseason test in Valencia. And he's currently the only driver, to my knowledge, who is confirmed to be driving full time in the F3 season. Same with Novalak for the F2 season for next year for 2022. Anyways, that's really it for me now. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Catch you guys all next time in the next one. Goodbye.